Reviews. This is what I want to talk about today. There's so many different things going on in the world with reviews when it comes to video games, but not just video games. Obviously, movie reviews. You could have reviews on comic books, toys. There's reviews for everything. I do reviews on products and maybe video games on occasion. I typically don't assign numbers. Like, we see all these numbers before us right here. I usually, if I review a video game, most of the time, I just share my experience. Did I like this game? What did I not like about it? Type of thing. I don't really say, hey, it's a 10 out of 10, but I always thought, like, do I really put value on reviews when it comes to this type of review numbers? Because I see so many outlets out there, big companies, like just throwing scores out there, right? That can make or break games, I guess, for some people. Myself personally, like if there's a game I'm really looking forward to, even a movie, I just I just buy it or I go and see the movie. I don't care about the reviews because there's been so many times I've been let down by one or the other, by the reviewer or by the opposite. The reviewer could say it was great and I go see it and it's crap, a movie, for example, or the game, the reviewer could say it sucked and it was awesome. It could go both ways, right? Let down by one or the other. So I don't put value. If I'm excited for it, I just give it a shot, hope for the best. That's what I do. Now, I will pay attention though. I will pay attention to like trailers and development stuff. I will prejudge. Don't judge a book by its cover. Well, I freaking do. Okay. Like what's presented to us ahead of time. I will prejudge. The one example, and I brought it up recently, was that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. When they first showed those trailers for that game, I was hella excited for it. I was like, man, I'm looking forward to that one. And then when it was revealed it was a live service game and all this boo-boo-ness, nope, never bought it. Wasn't it? Nope, wasn't going to bother. So yeah, I'll pay attention to that. I didn't wait for the reviews. It was just, they changed what I thought the game was going to be about, so I just backed off. But yeah, if it's something I'm excited for and not something like that happens, I just go balls deep and jump into it. But like this is Metacritic for a game, Dragon Age the Veilguard. Not even a game I wanted to specifically talk about, but we see all these numbers here. And the critic reviews, like the professional outlets, like their numbers are high. And then you have the just the user reviews, the general public. And it's 64% negative. Does the game deserve that? Maybe. You could dig into this all you want. I'm not talking about this game specifically, but both sides of this, can you trust, right? Which side do you trust? The users who may or may not have bought the game and played it, or they could be speaking off of emotion. They could be speaking off of actually playing the game. They could be speaking off of disappointment that they've seen presented to them out there. They could just be bomb reviewing stuff, whatever, right? The critics, on the other hand, could be actual experience with the game, could be bias, could be money exchanging hands, could be, hey, and I've said this with YouTubers too. That's why I say I do YouTube, but like, man, if I do a review on something, don't just take my word for it. Watch somebody else's review too. You know what I mean? But there's so many people, like, man, if somebody reviews something and it's crap and they say how great it is, like, you gotta question that. You know what I mean? Like, are they doing that just to continue that relationship with that company? That always drives me nuts. It always drives me nuts. But, trust no one. That's all I say. Don't even trust me. I don't care. Just don't trust anyone. Like, really look into these things. But I always question that with these companies. But you'll see where they are not favorable to certain companies or to certain games. It happens. And then there'll be like drama with that. So like, it can be too, like these professional reviewers, they'll get a game. They're not even, I don't know, professional reviewer. Anybody could review a freaking game. It's subjective. It's your opinion. No damn thing is a professional reviewer. Give me like, there ain't no, is it it can be a profession in the sense that you're doing it to make money, but like, are you trained to review games? No, it's just, come on now. I don't care about that aspect of it. Anybody could do it. You know what I mean? Anybody could do it. Can you formulate the words and put them properly in a several paragraph presentation and, have it flow properly? That's one thing, I guess, whatever. But, sometimes I do see people who'll review games and they'll give like a game that other people say is great a very low score. And it's like, why did they do that? Were they assigned to review a game that it just wasn't their style? They don't like that type of game. uh, do they have a bias against that type of game, that character, that franchise, that company? You never know. You know what I mean? You got to dig into these things. And that's why, like this video I just wanted to talk about because I saw this earlier from IGN. I know the whole thing. You can't spell ignorant without IGN, right? A lot of people don't put any value on IGN. Some people may. I mean, they still are around, so people are reading their crap, right? But IGN, I saw like earlier, I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw like a whole bombardment of like the reviews collected for Mario and Luigi Brothership. And I was like, oh, wow, like it's got like, I didn't read any of them. I just saw the numbers. It was on Twitter, popped up, and it was like all these different outlets, like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, like a bunch of them, right? And they were all fairly high scores. And then this floated across my little For You tab. It was like 5 out of 10. I was like, huh, okay. I don't normally read this stuff, and I did not go click through this to read it. But like I was just scrolling through, I was like, oh, whatever. IGN didn't like this game, whatever. And as I was scrolling through, like this was posted 12 hours ago, so obviously I'm just now like talking about it. But later in the day, I saw this from IGN Middle East. That's what prompted me. Like that, I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. And then, like, I don't normally read reviews. I have this game pre-ordered. I'm going to play it. I don't care about the reviews. I've never really been big into Mario and Luigi games, but this is one where it was like, I'm going to play it. I'm going to buy it. Actually, it was part of, like, Best Buy's buy two, get or pre-order two, get one free thing a while back at Best Buy. So I think it was one of my free games, but that's beside the point. But I was going to give the game a shot because I haven't played any of these games in a long time. And I never was really into them. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. But I saw this IGN Middle East. They gave it a 9 out of 10. So that's what prompted me to actually this time read the reviews. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, I know it's going to be different people. It's still IGN, but like Middle East and then IGN over here, North America type of thing. What's the disparity here? Why is the numbers so off? Because that's like a whole, like 5 is like below average. 9 is like almost a perfect freaking game, right? And on the scale of things, it's very close to perfect. What the hell are they saying about this stuff, right? So like the IGN North America, they're saying like the game, from what I read going through everything, they're saying like the game doesn't have good performance. It misunderstands its past success. Like it's just, it just misunderstands where it came from. It's not a good game. It's simple. It's got like the humor falls, all this weird stuff, right? That's not good. It's not original. It's simplistic story. And they talked about the performance when you go through the review, that the performance, it's had problems, right? And then you go to the IGN Middle East, and they were saying like how it's a classic, it fits right in, a classic game experience, a classic experience in the Mario and Luigi franchise, how the performance was great, the visuals were awesome. They say the complete opposite of the other IGN. So it's like, how can you put value on either of these reviews? Who is right? My opinion is neither of them are right because it's just so far apart. How could either of them be right? Like, but then at the same time, if one is saying the performance was fine, the game looked great, and the other one's saying the performance wasn't good, like, is that something that happens? One person on the Switch has performance issues and the other one doesn't? I guess that could happen, but that's just weird. I don't know. It's like those kind of things. Some of it's subjective as far as like visuals. Like, did it look good to you? Some people may be like, it didn't look good. The game didn't look great. I don't like the style. But I don't know if it's something like where you put value on reviews. To me, it's almost like IGN and any of these companies. Forget me too. Like, don't even worry about me. I'm not trying to hype myself at all because I'm not going to review this game. Like, it's not what I'm talking about. But like, there's plenty of people out there. Like, there'll be, for example, this is like a role-playing game, right? There'll be YouTube content creators, people on Twitch, specific people, like independent people, not people who work for corporations, people who work for themselves, who are passionate. Maybe people who really are into role-playing games and who can compare this to their past experiences, that kind of stuff. If you care about reviews, like find somebody that you align to a little more, like that, they have similar interests. You know what I mean? Maybe their reviews will be of more value to you than who knows who the hell these people are that randomly just throw numbers out there to please whoever they're trying to please, or to say screw Nintendo, or they don't like Mario. I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, it's like there's been movies in the past, as an example, Fight Club. Way back when Fight Club came out, what was it, like 99 or something? I don't remember. It's been a long time. When Fight Club came out in the movie theater, not the book, but in the theater, critics didn't like it. A lot of critics gave it thumbs down, bad reviews. Critics hated it. A lot of them did. I love that movie. A lot of people love that movie. I'm sure some of you who are watching this right now and got to this far in the video, I'm sure there's going to be some of you who didn't like that movie. But I think, like, if you look up the reviews now, like, just normal viewers, probably the majority of them like the movie. Like, it's probably got higher reviews, but critics at the time didn't like it. A more recent movie, which isn't that recent, but Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight was the same thing, where critics didn't really like it when it came out, but then just normal viewers kind of liked it. I liked it. So there's always, like, who cares what the hell the critics say? Care about what you say. If it looks interesting to you, just go for it. You know what I mean? If you care about reviews, look for somebody you could trust who has similar likes. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's just weird. A 5 and a 9. I don't know. There you go. That's my rant and ramble for the day. Bye.